I've seen every member ranked, but not leader.
Okay. So now I was gonna ask you to make sure you recorded, but since we already recorded, I can ask. So we didn't talk about a rubric exactly. So we talking about best as the leader. We talking about the leaders and even everything they did outside of just when they were leaders. Like, are we talking about AJ and everything he did for Impact and TNA? Like, what are the limits here?
I think you're gonna do what you do. I'm gonna
Okay.
base, I'm gonna base it on.
Hey guys, this is Santi Numerel, and you're listening to Wrestling Behind the Curtain.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. It's your boy. I'm here, Chance. Kenny's here. Very special edition of Wrestling Behind the Curtain. I know y'all seen the new trailer. Fire, we here. You know what I mean? Trying to update it as we go. You know what I mean? If you like it, drop a like. Tell us you like it. If you don't, I don't think you can do dislikes anymore on YouTube. But you can put in the comments that it's trash. It's all goody. Before we go, Zoa, Rock, try to get the sponsorship. Come with us. Because the product's here. You know what I mean? Like Kenny slogan said. What's your slogan, Kenny?
Hey, we give it to him, straight shot, no chaser. I got my thing right here, so
Exactly. So, Zoa, come on, Rock, Danny Garcia, let's go. Hit the Discord. Make sure you join that because, we may get the shot. You ready to go. Hit the Discord because we'll be talking in there. It'll be lit. You know what I mean? Especially if you were in it tonight with the AEW Fighter Fest. You know what I mean? Because this is straight after. So, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. But chat be live up in there, as you guys should know. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, get the merch. Kenny got the Beanie Boys up in there. We got some other things in there. Let's go and get that. So this episode, unless Kenny want to say something real quick.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
This episode, we ranking Bullet Club leaders. I put it on the YouTube tab a couple times. I seen what y'all feeling. So we just gonna get it out of the way right now. We're gonna do the honorable mentions. I mean, I don't know, Kenny.
Okay, I just realized that I had that last question. So we're doing it from worst to first, right?
Yeah, so 5. Right. Well, to me, there's 4. 4, 3, 2, 1 for me. How many do you have?
No, I got 5.
Who's the 5 that we're going with?
Finn.
Okay.
Carl Anderson. AJ. Kenny. Jay White.
Okay, I don't have Carl Anderson, but okay, cool. So if we're doing,
we can get started right now because he last. Because I mean that.
Okay, I'm about to say if we're doing Carl, he's number 5. All right, so we're gonna go with 5, but we're gonna do some honorable mentions right quick. I seen somebody said in the tab, you can speak on this more because I don't really know about his run. All I know is that when the COVID hit and stuff was popping off, Bullet Club was kind of more so Japanese faction. So Evil had his run. So honorable mention will be Evil. So he doesn't make the top 5 or 4, but he will be honorable mention. You can speak on him more real quick.
Yeah, Evil, I mean, I think even to this day, got a little bit of the booking powder with Ghetto over there in New Japan, but Evil's been a staple of New Japan for a long time. So, obviously when times got rough, one of the first people to step up going to be Evil. He did have a good, I mean, he's always a heel, but he's one of the best heels New Japan's ever had. And this is one of his last runs with the Bullet Club running, of course. It was pretty good. I mean, you're getting older in age and stuff. You got and there's just so much going on in New Japan. And again, the booking isn't as good as it was, when I was, in my prime watching it basically live, which is like 2:00 in the morning. So it's not where it is, but Evil held it down. So I give him credit for that. He definitely deserves an honorable mention, even though he's not like ever mentioned as a leader of the faction or nothing like that. Not officially, at least.
Yeah. So my second honorable mention is one of the co-founders of AEW, you know what I'm saying, more or less, Cody Rhodes. Now, there was some back and forth with him and Kenny, and again, I like Kenny, this Kenny, not my best friend Kenny, but this Kenny. Well, actually, this Kenny's my best friend too. He could be. I don't know. But anyway, it's a fight between them. They can go out. But anyway, so him and Kenny were going back and forth. So he wasn't really a leader per se, but he was trying to be.
Well, he stood off and had a sub faction. So you kind of right away because Cody was leader of that's how the Elite first came about. So that's actually when the Elite traveled to AEW altogether. That's why it's all Elite Wrestling. But that's where the Elite actually started. That's why you got BT if you watch it on YouTube. you see a lot of them backstories. So yeah, Cody definitely get a shout too. I wasn't thinking about that, but you definitely right with that.
So my last honorable mention, maybe you have another one or two different ones since we weren't thinking about Cody. For me, would be Adam Cole.
Okay.
Was he a leader? I don't know. Because like I said, I didn't watch towards that time, but I know he was popping and he did have some things going, Ring of Honor, shit like that. So he's an honorable mention for me. And it's Cole. It's Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. I got that shirt somewhere around here. That's a nice shout. Oh, I did have an additional one. He's never actually a leader, but he's one of the biggest mouths in the company, let's say. Tana Tonga. He's not even a member anymore. He's a former member now, but when he was running about with the Bullet Club, I think he had an extra pizzazz that he bring to the group. So Tana Tonga up there for me in honorable mentions because that was the only one I had.
Okay, I do give. I'll co-sign. It's not going to be on mine, but I do co-sign because I think he doesn't really get a lot of credit because I have watched some clips of him. I think he does hold it down. He's got a great presence. Not gonna lie, in case you watch this, if you want to throw
oh, no, Tama Tonga dangerous. I ain't gonna say nothing. He's literally chase someone trying to interview him from Walk Culture. I'm not trying to be like that. That man is on site.
It brings views and subscribers, but it's family because we all got the same bloodline. You know what I did there. But what I'm saying is, I can't really believe you when you cut your hair. Like now you look too pretty to me. Now you're a pretty boy. Like when you had the long hair and the beard and the Captain Albano type thing, you know what I mean? You was kind of scary. But now you look just, I'm pretty sure you're still scary, but you're real pretty right now, pause. But it is what it is. So that's your last honorable mention, or are we just doing 3 honorables?
Tama Tonga, I ain't say that. Chase him through the streets. Not if we ever had an indie show where you pop up. Remember which one of us said these things if you ever see this clipped up. Because, they be clipping stuff, putting on square circle and stuff. Not me.
I used to have beef with you. I'm just saying, I like you grow the hair back. I told Jericho to grow his hair back, and I'm gonna go to this day and believe that I did it because I wrote it under his comments when he had short hair. I said, "Yo, for your last run, you should go back to that long hair beard like you did when you were Undisputed Champion." And then, sure enough, he started growing his hair out. I'm not saying that I'm the reason why it happened, but you look like it. But all right, let's go before these people click off. Number 5 for me, and I guess Kenny too. Carl Anderson. I'll let you speak more of it. I don't really consider him a leader. Maybe he was, but maybe I just wasn't really watching when he was. But I know no shade to him and Doc Gallows because they do their thing, but I just didn't really consider him a leader.
So yeah, Machine Gun ran it basically after Finn. Not really left. Well, yeah, let's say left because that's before he got to WWE. He was going around. He was wrestling in Europe a little bit, and then obviously came to North America, did his thing. So once Prince Devitt, as he was known at the time, before he became Finn now, when he left, because that's the founder, that's the number one leader. We're gonna get there. He on the list, obviously. But once he left, Carl Anderson, he held it down for a little bit, but he was never really like, the most. We can talk about it now. Carl Anderson can still put a good match on, but he don't jump off the page like
he's
the rest of the people we gonna say on his list. He just don't.
He's an open weight champion, right?
Oh yeah, right now he is the open weight champion. He wanted not Wrestle Kingdom, the New Japan event that was right before Forbidden Door. I forgot the name of it. I did a video on it. So
he's still nice. I just never really considered him like a leader, but he probably had.
I'm pretty exactly. That's what I think. Like people don't even remember that. Like, but that's like Frankie Kazarian was a member of the Bullet Club for a month. People don't remember that because it's literally a whole 30 days exactly. And so like people don't remember that, but it happened. So same thing with Carl Anderson. His run wasn't the longest, and
so Carl's was probably like evil. It was there, but it really wasn't.
Well, he was actually leader and whatnot, so it's a little different. But yeah, it's just not as notable as a run.
This is where I think is going to get different. So I'm gonna let you hit him with the 4, and then I'm gonna go 4. Who's your 4th?
4th. I don't know. 4th and 3rd are interchangeable for me. So I'm gonna say this hurts. I'm gonna say Jay White.
Ooh, very, very unpopular. But okay.
The current leader. I just love the other 3 runs we about to talk about. So it's not against Jay White. He's the current leader. It's a Switchblade era. I've been saying it since he's been saying it. It's a Switchblade era. We're not gonna forget it. He's been in charge since 2018. But again, the other people on my list or on the list, because they're on your list too, just obviously in different order. Kenny and AJ is just like And then Finn is the founder. Finn got to be top 3. He the founder. Kenny and AJ, and they runs as leaders. I'm sorry that. Switchblade is after. I'm sorry. It's just the way he got to come down to it. I got to get Switchblade. I think he's doing a great job. His leader was been for 5 years, doing a good job, almost 5 years.
All right, so like Kenny said, when we see you Switchblade, you know who said that.
It ain't no shade to Switchblade.
I still think this is your era.
He's just not.
Well,
Thought machine.
I guess another unpopular opinion for my number 4 is the founder of Bullet Club.
See, nah, bro. Finn got to be top 3. Without him, there's no Bullet Club.
This is my reason.
This don't exist without Finn.
This is my reason. Well, I mean, that's a good point.
One less video we would have if not for Prince Devitt.
I mean, it's a good point, which you guys can put in the comments and say if I'm bugging. But I never really heard of Bullet Club when Finn was running it. Never. Like,
you wasn't really watching New Japan when.
But going to when I get to my ranking of who, actually, I heard buzz about New Japan. It wasn't because of Finn, the founder. So, did Finn do a lot? Obviously, he did. I mean, you made valid points. If he didn't start it, we wouldn't have this whole thing going on right now. And it still wouldn't be going on right now. So I definitely don't discredit you, don't shade towards you. Just from a personal preference, I didn't hear anything of New Japan or Bullet Club when you started this whole thing. So for me, you would rank number 4 compared to the others that we're about to do. So with that being said, bring all the comments. It's cool. It's just going to keep the algorithm going. It's all gravy. Just hit the subscribe before you do it. Who's your number 3?
That's where Finn go for me. So
you got him low key. Yeah, like he the founder.
No, but you kept him out of top 3. He got to be top 3. And again, look, you see who the next 2 are. You can't argue against them. So
okay. So your number 3 is Finn.
Yeah.
You want to say why, or we're just gonna skip?
Okay, I was already explaining when I was defending the case earlier. Without him, we wouldn't be here. He the founder. The reason why he's 3rd and not high up because he was only in Bullet Club, not even just the leader. He was only in. Obviously, the whole time he was the leader, he was in it. It was 11 months. It was the first 11 months of Bullet Club, but it was only 11 months. It's not long enough of a run for me to compare him to these next 2 people who were, I believe, it was 4 years each.
I'm glad we did. My list is definitely different.
So
my number 3, and we know I love me number 3 because he's my best friend. You know what I mean?
Oh, nah, big dog.
Kenny Omega, number 3. No shade, because we went Spider-Man No Way Home together. I mean, no shade. But when I was watching, I got to explain it more with the next 2. But you had the run was phenomenal. The first IWGP United States champion, correct?
Yeah.
The run was phenomenal. Matches with Okada. I think the first time I was witness to 5-star matches. Like my man fought a broom, made it look amazing. Fought a little girl, made it look amazing. So talent-wise, nothing against you. I'm just going by preference of what I watched and when I was more into it. And you just happen. I mean, you're above Finn, bro. So don't be mad. But you fell to number 3 for me. So go to number 2 because I'm pretty sure your number 2 is what, Kenny?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I mean, the best bout machine. He can only lose to who my number 1 is because of who my number 1 is. I mean, he might not be Chancedtegang, but we see where I'm going with this anyway. But again, he's the best bout machine. Can you make like Chance said, 5-star matches ain't nothing this man couldn't do. Whether that be when he was in Bullet Club, while he was in Bullet Club, when he was the leader of Bullet Club, in any version, and then he just was that guy. Like he don't miss. For me, Kenny Omega has never missed. So I just the only reason why again he's not number 1 is I'm gonna say that when we get to number 1. But again, he's like right there. It's not like it's a big gap. No, it's not like Usain Bolt versus me. It's like it's a much closer race. You feel me? It's a 1 and a 2.
All right. So I'm not even up front. Midway through of us filming this now, make sure you do all the comments on because I know y'all watching and y'all bugged out by either Kenny or by me. So make sure you put in the comments what's going on with this. So it literally changed right when we started filming. Wow. So my number 2 is AJ.
That's tough.
AJ was almost number one, but he legit is the reason why I started hearing about New Japan. Obviously, I was more into TNA, so obviously I know who AJ was. So when he made the jump, obviously I would hear more, but I didn't call me whatever you want to call me, Mark, whatever, Stan, whatever, fake wrestling fan. I didn't even know New Japan existed like that before all this. AJ went over there. Then I said, oh shit, what's this New Japan shit? And I started watching him more. His matches was crazy. I think he's held the IWGP belt the most out of all the Bullet Club leaders. You guys can fact check me, but I believe that's true because wrestling behind the curtain, we do our business. But I mean, it's AJ's phenomenal. Obviously, no, the pun is intended, so I can't say anything bad. But what I'm going to say about number one will explain why he's number one and why AJ's number two. But yeah, he's going to fall number two. Definitely no shade because I've always loved AJ. So with that being said, with the drum roll,
yeah, you see my number one is the phenomenal one. It's AJ Styles for a lot of reasons you said. That's why he had maybe not as exciting a run as Kenny, but as far as wrestling matches, it ain't like he was. Again, they weren't bad matches. They just weren't that different that Kenny had. Again, remember I said it was a close 1 and 2. The thing that pushes him over the line for me is, like you said, AJ pushed me. Well, he didn't bring me into New Japan because I was already watching a little bit, but he pushed me more into it. It was like because when he came, it was like okay, because again. Carl Anderson, that was enough for me. And Prince Devitt, technically, yes, in Japan they see him as an outside wrestler, but to me, I mean that dude's Irish. He's not American or anything like that. I had that with AJ Styles, the boy from Gainesville, Georgia, not Florida, but it's enough of a jump. I could let it happen. So that was a little reason why it pushed him a little further past Kenny for me. That's just so it is what it is. So you go ahead with your number one.
I know my number one. Put it in the comments to hate. It's all gravy. It's still his era. It's Jay White. I'm going to tell you why.
I want to hit.
First off, his record against Okada is what?
Never lost.
I think it's like 4-1.
I think it's 4-0-1. I think it's a draw.
That being said, draw, loss. Fact check me, people. Who else can say that? Not AJ. Not Kenny. So that's one. That's one right there. Two, I believe he's the first and only Grand Slam champ.
So he claims.
It's pretty factual. You know what I mean? I'll let y'all fact check that too, or believe disbelieve. Number three. This is the biggest for me, besides all that other stuff. And besides, the swag, I'm glad you grew a beard because that helped you out because the pretty boy face that wasn't working for me. So same thing like Tama. So I throw it all around. It's everywhere. I'm pretty sure y'all wish I had a Ross beard, but I don't. So it is what it is. But growing the beard, that worked. Like you look more villainous. Like it's dope. But besides all that and the swag and everything you got going on, because I believe him as a leader. He's the leader at holding Bullet Club down. How many years later?
Been doing it 5 years.
It should be dead now. Like people should be like, come on, Bullet Club, like that's still a thing. He's still got it relevant.
He's not the only one who got it relevant. The Young Bucks on AEW helped that out. A lot of stuff helped that out.
He's the leader.
He can do that on his own.
He's the leader. When you're a leader, you do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be leading people.
Either more reason. He leading the Bucks over there, the AEW doing their thing.
He didn't lead them over there. They went over there.
He led Machine Gun and Doc Gallows over there in Impact. Like, come on, we got Chris Bay now, Chase Owens.
Man, them dudes went to WWE before they even went to Impact.
I'm saying
he ain't got nothing to do with them. Chris Bay maybe a little something with me. I don't know.
He's basically keeping it relevant when no one should be checking for Bullet Club anymore. Like, period. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, to continue. Like, imagine if they would have did that with, even though they fucked it up. Imagine if they would have did that with NWO. Like, we can do another video why NWO fell apart, but just imagine if they did that, we were still talking about NWO, and that's basically what Jay White's doing. And it could have been the same with DX. But DX is relevant every time you see Shawn and Triple H together, so it is what it is. But that's the biggest reason. Besides the run, besides the matches, besides the belts, besides the fact that he's been in Impact, been in AEW, been in New Japan, it's the relevancy for me. Like, he's still making you want to see what's going on with Bullet Club.
Well, I'm gonna say it right now. You heard it here. Oh, you didn't hear it here first. There is not just one Grand Slam champion in New Japan. Hiroshi Tanahashi is also a Grand Slam champion. I don't know why Switchblade be throwing shade. Don't come after me, Switchblade. But you know, facts are facts. He held same 4 belts you held, Grand Slam champion. Therefore, so yeah.
Well, I mean, we really don't really think about him like that, though, do we?
I mean, I love Hiroshi Tanahashi. I don't mention him with the other people because his his promos and all that part of the game ain't his. But in the ring,
you really talk about him. He just lost to Moxley.
Hey, he a Grand Slam champion.
You think Jay White would have lost to Moxley?
Did or did he not have the 4 belts? Grand Slam champion.
Didn't Jay White just beat Okada, Cole, and Page?
He got the 4 belts. The 4 belts that make you a Grand Slam champion. He held all 4. Grand Slam champion.
You can't touch Jay White.
I didn't say he could. I just said he also a Grand Slam champion. The facts are the facts.
The facts are the facts. These are our 5. These are our 5.
Maybe Hiroshi Tanahashi should have joined the Bullet Club. Maybe then you know.
Who was he with? Who was he? Didn't he have his own clique?
I would call it a clique per se. Like he was cool with because there was a point where he was cool with the Golden Boys, which is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, and then he was cool with them, but it wasn't like a stable of that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in another video too. Like the best rivalries. But anywho, that's our list. I know y'all going wild on Kenny because Kenny's list is crazy. So
yeah, okay.
Put in the comments for Kenny. Go ahead and add him. If y'all know what his Twitter is, I believe it's somewhere in here somewhere. You go at him and tell him what's wrong with that.
Yeah, flame me on Twitter, please.
You know what I mean, y'all know my list is perfection. Like you see it, Switchblade. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Get the merch. Join the Discord. Come talk to us, man. If you really want to go that and really like flame, get in the Discord, and you can legit call us out. We'll legit see it. You know what I mean, won't be no blocking unless you go crazy. But we'll listen to your opinion. That's what it's here for. So if you got a better list, put in the comments, or if you would have did something different or added somebody that we missed, go ahead and do it. And make sure you tell us what else you want to see from us. And we got you because we listen to the people. You know what I mean? So, like I said, like, share, subscribe. This is the list. Always be yourself. Kenny, take us out.
You already told you. We bring it to you. Straight shot. No chaser. Give it to you. Stay real. Because too many fake people out here already.